Get ready for explosive news. Paramount is shaking up the UFC broadcast landscape with potential TNT airing after their massive Warner Bros. Discovery deal. You don't want to miss this. Then, we're diving into the flyweight division after UFC Mexico, where loner Kavanagh just pulled off a massive upset. What's next for this rising star? Plus, Brendan Schaub makes a bold claim. Sean Strickland is the American star the UFC has been desperately waiting for. Is this the fight to make? And finally, UFC lightweight contender Arman Tsarukyan sparks a chaotic brawl after a wrestling match. What happened and what are the consequences? Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Paramount could bring UFC fights to TNT, signaling a major shift in sports broadcasting. Barely weeks into Paramount's staggering $7.7 billion acquisition of UFC, the landscape of how you watch your favorite fights might be on the verge of a dramatic overhaul. During a crucial investor call discussing the Warner Bros. Discovery purchase, Paramount executives revealed a significant possibility. UFC bouts could soon find a new home on TNT. This isn't just a minor adjustment. It's a strategic move that leverages Paramount's newfound flexibility with its UFC broadcast rights. The deal, which already includes airing select fights on the CBS network and full cards on Paramount+, now opens the door for broader distribution. By potentially placing UFC content on TNT, Paramount aims to maximize the value of its investment, especially within the traditional linear television model. This move could also extend to other sports properties, with speculation that MLB or NHL content under the TNT Sports umbrella might appear on CBS to boost viewership and retransmission fees. For the UFC, this expanded linear presence, in addition to its streaming availability, represents a golden opportunity to reach a wider audience beyond the traditional pay-per-view model, potentially accelerating its growth exponentially over the next 7 years. Fans are buzzing about the implications, with many seeing this as a huge win for accessibility. Analysts are watching closely to see how this impacts sports rights negotiations across the board. But the drama doesn't end with broadcast deals. Next, we're breaking down a shocking upset at UFC Mexico that could redefine a division. Loner Kavanagh stuns Brandon Moreno in a massive upset at UFC Mexico. Saturday night's main event at UFC Mexico delivered a stunning flyweight showdown that nobody saw coming. Unranked prospect Loner Kavanagh stepped in on short notice to face former champion Brandon Moreno, and he didn't just compete, he dominated. While many expected Moreno to eventually wear down the less experienced Kavanagh, the script was flipped entirely. Kavanagh showcased sensational striking, even hurting Moreno badly in the second round and leaving him visibly shaken. The fight remained competitive, but it was clear from the outset that Kavanagh possessed the speed and power to challenge the former champ. In the end, Kavanagh secured a lopsided decision victory, a monumental win that will undoubtedly propel him into the flyweight top 10. This victory is particularly remarkable considering Kavanagh was knocked out just a few months prior. Now, the question on everyone's mind is, who's next? Many are speculating a fight against a top-ranked contender like former title challenger Brandon Royval could be on the horizon, marking a rapid ascent for the surging Irish fighter. But the UFC's star power isn't just being made in the octagon. We're talking about the controversial figure Brendan Schaub believes is the American star the UFC desperately needs. Brendan Schaub argues Sean Strickland is the American star the UFC needs to boost its appeal. In the dynamic world of mixed martial arts, the UFC is constantly seeking compelling personalities to capture the attention of a global audience. Former fighter and current analyst Brendan Schaub believes he's found one in middleweight contender Sean Strickland, asserting that Strickland is precisely the kind of American star the promotion needs to ignite mainstream interest. Strickland, fresh off a TKO victory over Anthony Hernandez at UFC Fight Night 267, has positioned himself as a potential challenger for the middleweight title. While facing stiff competition, including Nasruddin Imavov, Schaub argues that Strickland's controversial nature and outspoken personality are assets, not liabilities. Sean Strickland is one of their only stars, Schaub stated on his YouTube channel, emphasizing that Strickland's ability to generate buzz is exactly what the UFC thrives on. He dismissed the idea of Imavov getting the next title shot, pointing out Strickland's prior win over him on short notice and highlighting Strickland's significantly larger star power as the driving force behind potential matchmaking. With only one undisputed American champion, Kayla Harrison, in the UFC currently, Schaub stressed the organization's need to cultivate more homegrown talent. He suggested that fights involving American prospects like Joe Pyfer and the potential signing of Olympic gold medalist Gable Steveson are crucial for growing the sport domestically. For Schaub, a showdown between Strickland and middleweight champion Khamzat Chimaev is not just a possibility but an inevitability, a fight that's already on a platter. But not all the drama is happening in title contention. We're heading to a wild brawl that erupted after a wrestling match involving a UFC star. UFC lightweight contender Arman Tsarukyan ignited a chaotic brawl after a wrestling match, leading to heated exchanges. UFC lightweight contender Arman Tsarukyan found himself at the center of controversy this past Saturday night, not for a performance in the octagon, but for sparking a wild brawl at a freestyle wrestling event. The incident occurred at RAF 6, where Tsarukyan was victorious in his co-main event bout, but his post-fight actions stole the show for all the wrong reasons. Following his win, Tsarukyan attacked opponent and social media star Giorgio Paulus, pushing him to the ground and landing punches. This aggressive act triggered an all-out melee as members from both fighters' teams rushed into the fray. Despite the referee's attempts to intervene, the situation escalated into a chaotic free-for-all. Paulus, who has gained a following by challenging people to wrestling matches for cash, was left needing medical attention and sported a neck brace. He later blasted Tsarukyan on social media, calling him a little b and vowing to get a rematch. Paulus's father and brothers were also seen defending him during the brawl, showcasing a strong sense of family loyalty. Tsarukyan's response was a terse F** around and find out, posted on X. Eric Bischoff, chief media officer for RAF, expressed disappointment, noting that while he's known for embracing dramatic moments, the brawl went on too long. This incident adds to Tsarukyan's reputation for a volatile personality, following a previous controversy where he head-butted Dan Hooker at a face-off. That's all the chaos for now. Stick around for a lightning recap of today's top stories and our full call to action. And that's a wrap on today's top stories. Paramount is bringing UFC fights to TNT, Loner Kavanagh is on the rise after a huge win at UFC Mexico, Sean Strickland is being called the UFC's next big American star, and Arman Tsarukyan is involved in a post-match brawl. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, leave a comment with your thoughts, and follow us on all our social media platforms for more breaking news.